Episode 96, Murphy's Rant number 2, Phony Demographics. Do you resent being categorized as a baby boomer or a millennial or a Gen Xer? I think that sometime maybe in the 1960s, without any fanfare or explanation, all Americans got segregated. I thought that was against the law. How did that happen? A congressional vote? Who voted for that? Who are the categorizers? And I resent being segregated, especially since I have been segregated into the old fart section. Warning, in order to explain how this happened, I am going to get a little sales techie now. This is my description of why, what, and who perpetrated those generational categories. Yeah, I know. I'm using criminal intent verbiage here. Generational segmentation refers to dividing target audiences into separate groups based on age. This was done for business entities who were searching for new customers. These segregated large groups of real and often vastly differing people are given a generation title by some unknown decision maker, often a business course professor. This type of customer segmentation allows a business to tailor its strategies to the presupposed needs and wants of each age group, again, based on that professor's presupposed ideas of that discrete generation. What the hell does that egghead know? Most businesses divide themselves into target audiences for 4 main age groups: Generation Z, Millennials, Generation X, and Baby Boomers. There's no official group in charge of naming generations, but theorists Neil Howe and William Strauss were among the first to name the different generations in a 1991 book called Generations. They are all credited or blamed with naming the millennials. This is how those so-called marketing experts describe the various generations. Gen Z is the youngest generation in the market. This generation encompasses all people born from the mid-1990s until today. Millennials, also called Gen Y, include everyone born between the early 1980s and the mid-1990s. Gen X refers to those born between the mid-1960s and the early 1980s. Baby boomers refer to the generation of people born between the mid-1940s and the early 1960s. Some businesses even market to a much older generation, referred to as the silent generation, which is the oldest generation in this coterie and includes people born before 1945, and the bastards are placing me in that old farts nursing home category. It's not a law passed by Congress, so I can't blame the Democrats. Companies use that unproven segmentation method for business purposes. I think that arbitrary segment titles were probably conjured up by university marketing professors. Marketing as a college course began at Northwestern University using a course called Salesmanship and Advertising, quote unquote. At that time, most people thought marketing was a housewife going shopping. The title of that course, Salesmanship and Advertising, unquote, makes my point. The following is a truism that I often quote. Nothing happens until somebody sells something. No factory workers work or get paid. No engineers work or get paid. No sales managers work or get paid. And now, no marketing executives work or get paid until somebody sells something. I have worked for many companies as a paid salesman, as a commission manufacturer's representative, and as a sales consultant. Finding customers used to be and still should be a sales department duty. Advertising is separate, but often helps salesmen to find customers and therefore helps make sales. Teaching salesmanship should be the most important business college course. It is the key to all business. One of my pet peeves is that most business course professors have no experience running a business or selling. In my long business experience, sales managers would research and provide strategies to find likely target groups for their salesmen to pursue sales. Perhaps advertising to that target industries would aid the salesman in making sales also. So why do we have this huge phony marketing and generational segmentation bullshit? I have a theory. Let's use a manufacturer of plating chemicals as an example. Maybe the owners of that company have no sales ability. The vice president of sales has come up through the ranks as a top producer of sales. He is friendly with all the executives of all the plating shops and is a good manager of his sales force. But he is resented by the owners because he is absolutely necessary to the company's success. They don't like it. So they decide to take the owner's useless son and make him the vice president of marketing. The sales department is eliminated and they try to get sales by using advertising, marketing research, and market segmentation instead. It doesn't work. I have been affected by that kind of dopey thinking. I was fired along with the whole sales force by a British company that I worked for. It was a disaster. Maybe that segmentation idea would work for retail market where the bulk sales are made to retail shops and then resold to individuals. Advertising to the individual buyers would be helpful in creating sales for the retail store. That's true. Well, what if you are a 70-year-old guy named Smitty and you are very comfortable with the latest technology, but the marketing guru's description says that all baby boomers are Luddites and technophobic? So Smitty, how about joining me in giving the one-fingered salute to those generational segmenters? This is Rod Murphy. Thank you for viewing or listening to my podcast episodes. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, and if you so choose, I ask you to send a good review and or refer a friend who might be interested in this Old Boston podcast series. Again, my thanks.